Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I am Evil Mike, and I got another review for you. This is DC Comics Black Label issue, Batman Reptilian issue number 5. We got written by Garth Ennis in art colors, and the cover is done by Liam Sharp, and then the lettering is done by Rob Steen. Currently, this is a side story, and not necessarily main continuity. But basically, it's just a Batman detective story. It started out as, and a bunch of villains are being killed by some, mythical, magical force that you can't figure out what's going on. During his investigation, it does lead him to Killer Croc down in the sewers below Gotham, and finding Killer Croc, eventually tracking him down, doing his detective work like Batman does. We do come across, Killer Croc that has been gutted and left for dead or possibly unknown. Batman does end up finding Killer Croc, and at this point, they were kind of having a conversation about what went down. And as they were having the conversation, they were greeted by Killer Croc's maybe baby. It is a monstrous big baby, and in the last issue we got to see like kind of close-ups of it, but it does have resemblance of a crocodile, and it looks like a whole bunch of different parts because it's got like 4 eyes and a big old mouth. And alright, so that's kind of where the last issue left off, and now we're getting into this issue, and Batman and Killer Croc are both confronted by the Beast, and the Beast is kind of saying "Mama" to Killer Croc. Reptilians, I think, and don't quote me on this, but that they vary genders, and in the way Batman is thinking is that somewhere along the lines, Croc shed something that might have gave birth, and that's why this thing was born, as far as the book is saying so far. Like maybe Croc went into a sleep, and while he was in a sleep, without him knowing, something crept off. We don't know that part of it yet. There is a lot of speculation from Batman trying to figure out what is going on. First off, because the creature is not specifically attacking him or Killer Croc. The creature does, he stated the mama kind of thing, but he doesn't really do that in this issue. This issue is more like animalistic, where he's sniffing and smelling, staying at a distance, and kind of like trying to figure out the two and what to do from there. During this time, a whole lot is said between, Croc and Batman. And mainly Batman, about what's going on, why he hasn't attacked, why he's keeping the distance and that kind of thing. And basically, it comes off to like a split 3 thing. One is, he does think he's Mama, and then it splits into maybe it's a mate type of thing, and eventually it kind of does look like he wants Croc to mate, and Croc kind of tells Batman that he doesn't think that's possible to mate. But after that, I think when that comes up in the story between Croc and Batman, the creature also realizes that Croc cannot mate as well, and it kind of turns into where this thesis of maybe it's kind of like, a Black Widow spider, or like a praying mantis type of situation where the female ends up killing the male after birth kind of thing. And from that point on, it's kind of like the creature starts attacking or just going after. It never really does attack. It's just, it moves at them really fast. They have to get out of the way because this thing is gigantic. Eventually they do show it. It's got massive wings. It looks like a weird frog mixed lizard dragon type of thing, if I had to say, because it's got massive wings. It's got like 6 legs, a long tail, a massive mouth that doesn't just open up like that. It opens up like, but eventually they do get stuck in like this little like tavern within the caves and the sewers, and where the said monster cannot get to them, but at the same time they can kind of come up with the plan on what to do and stuff. And Batman does. He eventually contacts the Batmobile, and one of his his informants that we met, like in the very first issue of the book, one of like Joker's ex-henchmen or something like that. But Batman has been keeping him on the payroll for a reason, and he starts using this reason. But it's also because he has like he came encounter with this creature at one point, and he has or not the creature. I think he came in contact with Killer Croc, and because he has that same pheromone scent on him, the creature will also be drawn to him. So he gets that guy to remotely drive. He drives the Batmobile to that that informant, picks up the informant, and then brings him back to where they are, but not exactly. They gets it in front of a tunnel and gets it as close as it can, and then kind of wafts the smell in, and it does end up working. The creature ends up taking off. Batman and Croc actually make it out of the tunnels, but the wind or something starts changing, and the pheromone coming off of Croc it gets so intense and stronger that the creature jettisons, and yet this time he's like maybe a mile away or something, but he leaves the Batmobile to go back after Killer Croc. And at the very end of the issue, basically, is Batman and Croc being confronted again, but this time the creature being a lot more violent and threatening. And Batman basically like grabs something off his belt and kind of high dives into the creature's mouth. I mean, he opens it wide, and Batman's like, "Woo!" And that's where this issue cuts off. So I have to imagine there's going to be a, maybe, or something like that, or maybe a meltiness, or Batman grabs something off his belt, right? My honest opinion is that with these last couple issues, the book got a lot better with it not being like Killer Croc and stuff like that. I love that it turned out to be some monster creature thing, and Batman's still trying to figure it out. In the beginning, with it being Killer Croc, it was kind of like, it's been done a million times. Every time they have like a sewer creature, it turns out to be Killer Croc or Ratcatcher. So, I mean, it's nice that it's still Killer Croc related. I do love Killer Croc, but there's a lot of other villains that lurk in the sewers underneath Gotham, and it tends to be the mainstay is Killer Croc is the one they use. But like I said, I love that it's like a creature and a villain. It's almost like a sci-fi horror type of feel to the book, so it's really nice. And the last couple issues, the art has gone from leaving a lot to your imagination to full out detail, especially with the creature in general. There's no left up to your imagination when you do see the creature. He's pretty massive. But that's my review. I got more coming. I will see y'all later. Bye.